Hi and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. I hope this works because there is a lot of cosmic energy about, as we can all feel. And I had a lot of AI problems. It's 222 here. 22 minutes past 2 a.m., so that's fun. Um, so, anyway, I just wanted to come online quickly to share a few points that I haven't been able to share because the last few days have been very intense, as we can all feel. There has been a KP0, which is like a cosmic health alert. We get a lot of cosmic rays, and there have also been a lot of plasma waves coming in, especially since Sunday. We've definitely been hit by a wave, and several. And it's been really difficult and challenging to do anything online. So I've been mostly offline. Also, the sense of time is totally different. It's all just one long now moment. And it's like you turn around, do a couple of things, and the day is gone. And a lot of the energies are also asking us to really be present in the here and now. So to really tune into our body, see what is available depending where we're at. I mean, we need to be present either way. So whatever it is, because it's obviously a mix. It's a lot of clearing, a lot of upgrades, a lot of activations happening. On Tuesday, I could really feel and see with my inner side my full plasma light body coming online. I could feel my cells totally, like, also was shown a picture of it. So that was confirmation for me that that was kind of a test run of the light body being able to come online now with our DNA activating. And then on Thursday was another test run, and we've been getting a lot of activations also in regards to our electric energy is increasing, and the Merkaba spin and the electromagnetic Merkaba spins are correcting themselves. So we are balancing out the polarities and the poles. So me and others also have talked about the pole shift that we can see happening. And I could feel this internally on Tuesday happening for me. So Tuesday was super intense. We had a Schumann resonance blackout for around 33 hours. Also interesting number. And part of that, I could really feel a shift from the energies of the polarities within the field, which would be represented mostly through the archetype of the victim-victimizer. Okay, so the victimizers are the Illuminati Cabal people, and then the victims are we, the people, in a sense. Obviously, we are breaking out of that programming because it is based in polarity. So we need to fully embrace the allness of this experience, which partly, yes, this is true, but from a higher perspective, the highest, it's really one creation from the one consciousness. So we are experiencing this as one consciousness, and it's really correcting itself. But we also have to see we're all in a state of mass psychosis, and it's really a controlled hallucination. And when we talk about this as a fake reality, and what I'm seeing as part of this pole shift also happening is the magnetosphere, which is artificially being manipulated, as so many other things here, is going to come down temporarily for the new field to fully come online, the new grid to come online. So one thing needs to come offline, the other online. I've been seeing AI app problems all week long. Obviously also a lot of solar activity. Now we have actually a geomagnetic storm, so from KP0 to KP5. Interesting, fun roller coaster experience, and a whiteout on the Schumann resonance currently. So welcome to the party, enjoy the ride. And I'm just seeing quickly here because I'm just going to go with the flow of where I take it. I have made notes, but generally I'm just going to flow with it. It's actually late here, but then, as I said, I had several hours of problems. I posted an event, which I'll talk about in a moment, so you can check that out. I'll post it in the comments here as well, the link to the event. And anyway, it took forever. I needed to repost the text twice, or like try to write it. The app went crashing down, wouldn't save the text. So it's a little bit challenging. But what you have to do right now is, with these really intense energies, Okay, they make us feel tense. Everything is coming up and out. This is the purge. It's the final purge. It's a super purge. So, yes, flu, which is basically frequency light upgrades, is, such as the big flu pandemic out there, really just the body detoxifying itself. Okay? It's your body. Everything is really Ascension. And I believe that any physical illness is really comes back to a mental emotional imbalance, conflict, energy that is stuck in your body, and that also needs to be released from a conflict perspective, so from a consciousness perspective, instead of just trying to fix the symptom, which is already your body trying to heal itself in any which case. And I can recommend German New Medicine, if you want to Google that. German, as in Germany, New Medicine, very interesting. On the likes of Louise Hay, who, you know, had the book Heal Yourself and drew the conclusions between mental imbalances and physical illness. But they've taken it a step further with medical brain scans and so forth. So check that out. So yes, Lightbody activations, full on. DNA activations, full on. Anything that needs to go is going. So it could be anything and everything. Other people, you know, that share information, do better overviews of all the physical ailments and symptoms, because for me it's, as I said before, a little bit repetitive after a while. It could be really anything, because it's also specific to the person, as in what needs to be cleared. You know, we all have kind of weak spots, and there might be a theme coming up that then correlates to the body part. So again, Germany Medicine, check it out. Also search it on Facebook. I did a few posts on this before, sharing that information. Anyhow, so yes, there's a lot of purging happening. It's very tense. The KP0 for 3 days, cosmic ray alert at the highest level, can cause cardiac problems, you know, the heart. I mean, we are having huge heart and third eye openings, pineal pituitary glands, amygdala, hypothalamus. I can't really pronounce these names. I mean, these are cranial expansions, these are galactivations, high heart. It's all coming online. And yes, this hurts a little, the clearing as well, and it also can feel very blissful. So we're getting a mix of the both. The polarities are coming to a head to collapse within a 0 point. So tomorrow, today, on the 9th of January, don't know the specific times, also with different time zones, we have the alignment with the galactic center, Hunabku. That is also a 0 point field alignment for us. Let us tune into this yummy energy, which is also already coming through, along with a lot of other things. The energy is also with this KP0 alert over the last few days, so it can cause heart problems, cardiac problems, also psychological problems, so anxiety, depression, all of these things. I was just seeing something about a more high-profile type related suicide of a young person. And that can all happen. So psychological problems will be enhanced. You will feel more on edge, more imbalanced. So my tip is, I'm feeling this too, but I have a little bit of practice in how to deal with this better, which is, I mean, many things. You can do salt baths, do showers. Imagine when you shower, crystalline rainbow light, washing any density, lower frequencies, vibrations off you. Okay? Get creative. Tune into your soul, as I keep saying. Go intuitive, you know, give commands to your energy body, clearing your field. There's a lot releasing right now. You might feel more in a hermit mode whilst this is collectively happening. Look after your bodies, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual bodies, you know, energy field, keep it clear and sovereign. This is all about a sovereign energy field. So, you know, I spoke about this before. I'm not going to go into it again, of keeping the gremlins at bay and out of your energy field, and cut the cords and close the openings of how they attach. Okay. And this is really through the embodiment. A sovereign, healthy energy field is really through our alignment with our highest expression, our truest self, but also Christ, God consciousness, as we would call it. As in, there are certain virtues of, you know, loving compassion and grace, but we're not talking also either about perfection. It is also about, we're keeping it real, because I mean, I can speak about this another time, but ultimately, it's about being a good person. But we don't, it's not about being the saints, as in having unrealistic expectations of you. We are doing the best we can. Every time we break through a program or, cut something out that is not beneficial for us anymore, we break through another layer that is keeping us in this matrix. And mainly what this ascension journey is about is for us to release the fear and anything other, negative emotions that are around us, which frustration and anger and shame and guilt, all, really other expressions of fear, need to be released in order to also release ourselves from this 3D matrix where we might still have any connections here to that reality, which is literally dissolving and crumbling now. The holographic inserts are crumbling, but we are also here to make it happen through anchoring the higher frequency, anchoring these activations, amplifying them, directing them, working with them. Grid and gatekeepers know what I'm talking about. We've been very, very busy, time for holidays soon. And ultimately, it's done. It's done. I've reported about certain things, such as the Vatican, the site, Stargate site has been reclaimed, being cleared out. We are back in control of the grids. There's still a cleanup going on, but this is ultimately done. And yes, we keep making it happen as we walk this path. And what I'm seeing now between the 7th and especially tomorrow and the 11th, which is the 111222 date, it's really a huge ascension portal, and it's already open. And that's why I'm doing this group activation. I'm going to post this actually quickly on the messenger here. And I don't know how many of the messages I can read here. It depends on my concentration and everything. As I said, it's very challenging for me to actually write anything and speak. It takes a lot of focus from me right now, as I think many of us can appreciate. So be patient with me.
And yes, we keep making it happen as
we... Now, when I hear myself, it's obviously not so fun. So, no. So anyway, deactivation is going to be ultimately on the 11th of January. You can see the details in a moment. I post them here in the comments. But it's ultimately already open, this Ascension portal. Now I'm seeing this as a big white portal with blue around. Also huge mother energies coming in, especially since the solstice. And I'm just trying to support, many people can already feel this, the forerunners of these light body activations and our avatar body really coming online and our embodiment and feeling very different. Now my throat is starting to clear. A lot of water with these energies, the clearings, as I already said, baths, salt, earthing, the electric energy running through the body, move your body, go for a walk if you can. Intuitively you also know what to do. Meditation, I know it can be very electrifying, but once you lie down, it actually, you can calm down quite quickly, depending again where everybody's at. So I'm doing this for quite a few years already. So I'm more at practice, even when this has been very intense for me as well the last few days. We just need to focus on our inner work right now. We really need to pull everything in. Out there's a dream that we're dissolving right now. This is a holographic overlay. It's an insert. This is not reality. It's distorted colors and sound, which makes up matter. And it's been inserted artificially. So I see this can come down. It's connected with the solar energy. It's connected with the crystalline core. It's connected with our crystalline network, the crystalline heart, the human heart grid, the magnetosphere, the pole shift. It's all interconnected and everything is waiting for this magic moment. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen on this and this date, but we're having this portal right now, and this activation is assisting us and helping to amplify and work with this as usual. As more of us take part, the field gets stronger. It's not ultimately about quantity. It's also more about the focus. The more we have activated in our field and cleared already, the more frequency we can hold. So it's also about quality as such. And the individual keys and codes we carry, because we carry the keys and codes for Ascension. We usually, as starseeds who are into this stuff and listening to me, will have more DNA strands, potential and already activated. So we came here to do this job. We are like the spiritual leadership for humanity. So we are here to be the change and to stand in our integrity, because ultimately, if you think about it, everything is really down to people being out of integrity. You can see leadership everywhere, not in integrity. And that's the problem. They say one thing and do another. Now, we can all improve on that. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but that is ultimately what we need to work on, the integrity. And we do this by being a good person, doing the right thing, morals and ethics, being your virtues. Now, you know, it's what I'm seeing coming online, because I'm not giving you a list of those, is a sense, a common, you know, it goes beyond words, it goes beyond mental understanding. That consciousness is an isness, it's a knowing, it's a cognition. And we can already tune into this. You know, there's so much clarity now because all of this crap has been clearing, all this interference, you know, and we are like almost done. So now we have a lot of clarity, but then also from one moment to the next, the thought is gone. You know, you want to say or do something, gone. So it's very in the moment. We're no longer stuck in time, in the past or future, which is where the monkey brain and anxiety and depression come from, and we're never in the present. So the present, the now, is the gate to the quantum field, the infinite possibilities available, always potentially here. Obviously, this is not about control, it's about us feeling what's available within the quantum field and then tuning into that. Yeah, it's like simultaneously. It's not us forcing something onto the hologram. Now, so I see with this portal now, really us having, like I keep hearing Ascension. Every time I tune into meditation, it's Ascension for days now. So that's what it is. Ascension is here now. That's what I'm getting. Come with me on the ride. You might feel it already, you might not. Take part in the activation, or, you know, read the description if this is something that could assist you, because there are also Ascension booster sessions. And also, one more thing, the keys and codes that we all add, this also affects the soul groups we are connected with. So our own soul groups, you might not know even these people yet, family, DNA, you know, relations, people close to us. You know, as we shift, everything shifts through us, around us. So we're not fixing the outside, we're fixing the inside, and the outside fixes itself permanently, okay? Because everything else is not so, it's more temporary. So it's a constant expansion. The consciousness is ultimately healing itself, and we're coming out of the psychosis. So what I see as a disclosure and awakening happening, which is already well on their way through this last week, I hope you are feeling this, of knowing ultimately the disclosure for me is we are co-creating this all as one. And yes, also remembering that there has been a lot of fuckery, but the way I'm seeing it is that we are jumping to a future that is, you know, it's like, what? No, I can't get it together. Time is confusing. Back to the future. So ultimately to a timeline that would run parallel, where the invasion and the enslavement never happened, but with the memory that we've quantum leaped and with the lessons learned. But basically then we also have a different memory, because the different history also means a different now. Because whenever you do timeline work, okay, whenever you change any timeline, you shift, you know, when you shift the present, you shift the past and the future. It's connected. Quantum Leap was one of my favorite TV shows as a kid, actually. How fitting. So there's a lot that's happening beyond what we can see. So out there is the dream. Go within to see the truth and wake up. Because what I'm tapping into also, I mean, first of all, the time compression, it's all merging into one now moment. Where literally time for me already has stopped, but it's ultimately just the end of the wheel of time, which is the lower dimensional realities. But we're merging it all into one, and it's beyond 5D. This is 12D and beyond. This is multiverse, but organic. So how far we can jump right now, I cannot say. But I see this is the opportunity for ascension, especially out of this holographic overlay. Because it's already done. And some of us are feeling it. It's been a total just being, just isness. I literally had to take a break from Ascension. I have to do that from time to time, or like I was really able to do it this time, although I, peeked in here and there, but ultimately just didn't want to think about it. And that's really good as well, because the last stage is totally letting go. It was also this, I don't even need Ascension. I'm going to be fine one way or another. And that's exactly where we need to be. Because whenever you want something too much, you actually, it's a revolting energetic that comes back. When you push, they go back. So it's with anything you can relate this to. Whenever you want something too much, you're actually pushing it away. So if we're too obsessed, like I would be with Ascension, gotta take a break. And usually I can't, but now I could, because it's also done. And I've done this for years. So, many of us, but I really have problems switching off, I'm telling you. So I already had in my old job 2 burnouts, and I didn't even care for that job. So, and I live for this. So anyway, it's good to take a break, enjoy whatever gets you in the highest frequency of it already being done. Be there, okay? If it's cooking, if it's even going shopping, everything in balance, but embrace all facets of life. It could be anything creative. That is what gets us out of the psychosis, which is coming up. All right, that's the awakening of people against us, and it's all a big conspiracy. Ultimately, everything is happening for us. Yes, we also need to sort these bad boys out, but that is happening automatically, actually. As we're jumping a timeline, they're literally gone. I'm telling you. So, that's what I'm here for. Jumping to a timeline. How do we align with that? Quantum jump, align with that future version of you. Go there often. In your meditation, what do you see? What are you being shown? Connect to your soul, connect to source. This is what all of this is about. Intuitively, everybody can do this. And merge with that. So maybe it's a new hobby that aligns you with that future version of you. Maybe it's a big thing. Quit your job. Do what you really want to do. Make that leap. Right now is the perfect time. Whatever you are guided to do, okay? Because only you know. Only you know, but this is really the perfect time to quantum leap. And whenever we do this on behalf of everyone. Whenever anyone gets out of an abusive relationship, you do it on behalf of everyone. We are creating these templates and blueprints, and they become more available for everyone. And that's how we're creating these, butterfly effects and tsunamis. So this is how we change the world, by being the embodiment of that what we want to see in the world. To live in those realities and in integrity, stand in integrity. So be in alignment with what you believe in. That's alignment. As you align with your true self, whatever that may be in your expression, don't try to be someone else. Be you. There's only one of you for a reason. And this is what all of this is about. Taking all these masks off that we've been programmed with and given, okay, and forgotten all about who we really are, and really rediscovering our true self. Know thyself, really know thyself, and wait, you have to really look at all of it. Merge shadow and light, embrace it all, purify it through you, keep the good stuff, transmute the rest, but ultimately it's not about, being like a perfect angel. Like, our weaknesses are also our greatest strengths, and vice versa. So it's all about perspective, and this is what is shifting now, because when we get out of the story that the negative aliens are doing anything to us, which they are, okay, but we need to transcend that story once we had enough of it and made peace with it and have forgiven, so we can let go. And then it's a debt forgiveness, and we can release those realities along with their false matrix overlay. But then see, we have actually learned through that experience, like, we also took some codes from them, because if this is a fight and war ultimately between service to others and service to self, the answer is service to all. And that is what I had to learn and lately do more of, is I am actually the most important person in my life. And me saying that actually created, oh my God, why am I saying this? I felt guilty for saying that. That's how bad it is. And a lot of us, like healers and all of these kind of, people that would relate with my work, they tend to be more the codependent, serving, people-pleasing, helpers, healers. And we need to stop that. We need to bring balance in. That's the pole shift, as I see it, that we bring in through our embodiment, balance of give and take, so service to all. But I cannot give from an empty cup. And ultimately, when I understand myself as the one, the great I am the planetary body. So me nurturing and looking after myself is nurturing and loving and looking after the planetary body. And so that is for each one of us. And ultimately, it's the whole cosmos. This is the cosmic consciousness quantum reset. This is all affected. That's why go beyond 5D. Stop compartmentalizing, quite frankly. Go beyond. Go formless. Go limitless. Go timeless. If you want to transcend 3D, release, transcend the fears in your own divine timing. Okay, each one in their own timing, in their own alignment energetically. No one is you, and that is your power. Exactly, Jill. And that is our greatest power, because also through the authentic alignment with our true self, which is your aspect of God source consciousness, we're not supposed to be robots and fit into boxes and be the same, okay? That is you embodying and being able to hold more quantum. This is you reclaiming your keys and codes. These are your multidimensional aspects and multidimensional DNA activating. That's what they're trying to prevent. So the more you can be in your own unique self, whatever that may look like, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, and hopefully, ultimately also in service to all, by bringing more joy and love and hope, and truth to the world, the better. So, but ultimately the mission is for us to be in joy and also do what we would do anyway, even if people wouldn't pay us for it, that hopefully also can support other people in some way, shape or form. Maybe it's you singing or dancing or painting a picture or doing things like I do or looking after people. It can't be anything. This is not supposed to be about spiritual things either. This is about just being the change, and we need to also, I think, break out of all these boxes and typecastings of spirituality, make it more approachable for everyone, where it is really more about being a good person. Everybody can do this. And of course, we need to remember that God, source, is who we are. This is what, for me, the disclosure and the awakening is ultimately about. It's not about everybody finding out that the Cabal and Illuminati are the bad people. Think about that. If that was happening, you would, as it is right now, have riots on the street. Do we need this? No. So I see awakening of consciousness, us remembering as the one mind, the one consciousness, again, our true history, true memory. It's all connected to the crystal network as well, within and without, which is holding the true memories, and they're coming online. Our gifts and abilities, our power is coming online. I can feel it. This is going to be huge the next few days. Really powerful energy coming in already, as we can feel, and it's just amping up. We have Schumann resonance, as I said, the geomagnetic storms, there might be some solar flares. The geomagnetic field is already, quite weak. So let's keep going, let's keep being the change, and know that it is already done, but keep also remembering or asking, what is your role to play in all of this? And whenever you get tense, just try to keep being in the now moment. Whenever you get a little bit out of control or, tense or things are not going the right way, keep pulling back. Keep pulling back. Even if it's 100 times a day, keep pulling back. Take a deep breath. Just bring grace into it, okay? Because there are a lot of, opposing energies clashing before the big collapse of that tension. So be the pillar of light, the rainbow pillar of light. Be the eye of the storm. That's what we came here for. And be the change. That's how we change everything. That is what heals our light body template, ultimately. Being in integrity with what we know it is, we are aspiring to see more of in the world. And to be truthful, even if it might not be what other people want to hear, whilst we still respect them in the best way possible. but don't, speak your truth even if your voice shakes without, hurting people, basically. Because it's very important, because the more we speak our truth, the more the truth comes out everywhere. And it's happening automatically, but we also keep accelerating it. We are here to co-create this by, again, being that change and bringing in the energy that we see is missing in the world. So if we want to see more truth, bring in more truth, more of your true self, more of speaking your truth in every circumstance, whether this is with your sister, your mother, the guy from the post office, or your boss, whatever it might be. Okay? And even if you're afraid to lose your job, because that's a fear that keeps you in 3D realities. Now, and I think I'm not going to go much further, and I had all these other things to talk about, but I think ultimately it's already all said. But for those who are struggling right now, I'm just going to finish this with a tiny little overview of the story of my life of the last few years throughout this experience, okay? Just because also this is the graduation, this is the completion. We are putting the story now to rest, but they do serve a purpose if other people can find relevance in them. When it's hard, it does help to know, it hasn't always been easy for me, and it's not still easy. And for example, 3.5 years ago, I decided to walk out of the relationship I was in and leave my 5.5-year-old daughter at the time with my, ex. So with my partner at the time, we broke up, and it was just getting so bad in the house. It was either him or me leaving. Now, he wouldn't leave. My daughter also wanted to stay with him. So I decided to leave. I had no job, no income, nowhere really to go to. I had 70 euros in my pocket. And until that day, I wouldn't really leave my daughter alone for even a weekend. Okay, I had huge separation anxiety. Anyway, so I walked out with a sofa to sleep on for the first night, and that was it. And from there on, here I am, 3.5 years later, I made it from one day to the next, always trusting that somehow I would, by trusting my intuition and my wisdom and being supported by the huge team that's supporting me and that's supporting all of us, and God's source, my higher self, that I would always make it through. And it would often be from day to day. I wouldn't know where to stay, how to pay for things. I started sharing more on Facebook, and people donated. So that is really what has brought me till this moment, because I still mostly depend on donations. But somehow it all worked out. Now, it didn't always work the way I wanted it to, and I still don't have enough income to rent a home, because it's also very expensive here, as in many other places in the world. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that even before that, it was years, I think 3 years or so, where I was almost constantly in bed with mental, emotional, physical pain, always something different. I knew it was Ascension. I knew what I was going through, but nobody understood me. I had the internet to relate to people, people around me, my partner, plus my child still thinks I'm slightly crazy. And, I had the other day this whole moment of, oh my God, after all these years of so much interference, so much fuckery, so much bullshit, and the people closest to you are actually your biggest critics. And it's like, oh my God, it's like, okay, are we done already? Because it's like, this is just, we neutralize it first, but then you also go and say, okay, we've been the scapegoat here for long enough. We know the truth, okay, but now is also our time where there will be recognition and there will be rewards, and the time is here now, and I can feel it, and things have been getting better steadily, the more we align, things align. But as I said, also our manifestations have been influenced a lot by so much interference, making our lives so hard, and I've lived it as well, okay? And I've been through losing everything, and I still don't have much. I live for the last 2 years in my mother's 1-bedroom flat on the floor in her living room kitchen, not really having privacy. Anyway, and it's not about, poor me, but it's like, you also need to embrace all the crap we have been through, all the initiations and tests. And generally, I'm happy and I'm content and know great things are happening, but it's also okay to say, okay, but this is what I want to change now, because you know what? This is our time now, because that is the frequency. It's not from resisting a reality or controlling anything. It's just an inner knowing of worth. And we now need to really dig into that worth of how much, just by how much we've been through. This is a proof of how important our missions and roles are here. Okay, so take like a confirmation from that, and claim your worth of the powerful light worker and grid and gatekeeper that you are, carrying these important ascension codes, carrying this really important and powerful frequency that is shifting everything, because it's your frequency that you hold. The more frequency you can hold, the more you can help, anchor this into the planet and lift the frequency for everyone. So that's how we do this, through our own embodiment. We are helping lift everyone. And that's what I'm seeing. As we ascend, we all ascend to a higher reality without the interference and the mind control. And that's what everybody can make up their own mind properly. Now, but there will also be a shift in the one consciousness. But we are ultimately here to embody this through our own, work, through just being who we are, and claiming that worth, that self-confidence is key, that self-love is key. And that's what all the programming has been trying to tell us otherwise, that we're not strong enough, we're not, we couldn't do these things, like what we sometimes talk about or what we see. We sometimes don't trust it because we've been constantly being gaslit by our environments to tell us that we're not, and we're just teeny tiny, because that's the thing. If we see in the collective people not stepping into their full power and realizing their full power, we haven't either fully. We can always step into my power. I know I'm just stepping into it, but some really powerful stuff coming online now. Gifts, abilities, and memories, all aligning, all is merging as one, in this one now moment, in no time. It's a frequency, but it's all happening and shifting. And I hope you can feel this. And be part of the activation if you want to. It's open to field. It's going to be a 3-day ride, really. It's going to culminate at 10:11 UTC time on the 11th. That's Tuesday. As I said, there are also Ascension booster sessions which help you to just clear and upgrade, activate your field more. Always, everybody picks up what they need, okay? So I'm not promising you a full ascension. I'm not doing anything for you. This is a co-creation between Source, your higher self, your team. I'm a conduit bringing in the higher frequencies, these keys and codes for you to more easily pick up, and for us together in a very powerful field to anchor this with a lot of support from our galactic families. There's a lot going on and a lot coming online. So if you feel guided to join us, my throat is totally upgrading here through this. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everybody. At this point, this is culmination, for your support over the last few years. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because without you, I wouldn't be here and I couldn't do this, however difficult it has been, but it's been so worth it. And now we are unfuckable with. And that was the goal. Because we had to pick up those keys and codes, because we didn't handle the invasion well, obviously. So we all learned something, all right? And all of these timelines are merging now and clearing out. And there's so much happening in dream time. And I mean, sleeping hasn't been, like we've been up late hours, and sleep is very on and off, and loads of crazy dreams. And even before you fall asleep yesterday, like all these like ex-boyfriends came up into my awareness all of a sudden, like from teenagehood and stuff. And it's like, what's happening here? It's like, okay, it's just literally just all this old stuff, coming up to dissolve in a way. Because there's also, for this huge whiteout that I saw on Sunday, it's a huge data cleanse. And we have now brought a new operating system for the God consciousness broadcast. We are the broadcasting stations, okay? And the old mind control system is being overwritten by this new broadcasting systems that we are, okay? See yourself as a satellite. And this is a telepathic, organic communication net, a neural network, okay, that I see coming online. You could feel this in your brain, hopefully. So everything is ultimately, we're all connected cosmically as one neural network, but then you have also the planetary ones and, our own and so forth, but micro, macro, okay, all in relation. And this is coming very powerfully online and is overwriting all of the nonsense. And so the programming is being deleted. And we've had this before in waves, but this is a major clear out. That's why also our brains have been a lot offline. We've been sleeping a lot and all these different things. So just trust the process, let go of the past. If there's something to forgive or work on, there are especially big karmic storylines that come to conclusion through this, okay? Anything that still needs to be let go, be present with it, be present with everything. Try to be really in your body right now, because we're really merging our multidimensional self in our body, okay? And do this intuitively. I mean, just lie down, call it back to you in your mind, call it out loud, all your soul aspects, pieces, your multidimensional self, purified and healed. It's a frequency from you knowing that you can do that, because ultimately it's not about words. In a higher dimension, words, sound, language is really, it's for singing and sounding and toning. We will have telepathic communication. So this is beyond words ultimately, okay? It's a frequency. And it's you connecting with your soul and spirit and, multidimensional self, higher identities, and remembering again on how to do this yourself. Like entity removal. I just remembered how to do this in one moment where it came up. Nobody showed me this. So, like any of the other things, yes, we pick up things here and there, but ultimately this is about remembering our gifts and abilities. And yes, we might do a course or something that is triggering that memory, of what we used to do in other lifetimes. But all of these gifts and abilities from all of these different lifetimes are now merging and unifying within. There's a lot to integrate. So this can make us feel ungrounded sometimes, also because of all the interference and obviously, spiritual war happening at these levels as well. So, just know it for what it is. Neutralize the interference by just staying in grace, staying in the now moment, staying in peace. Keep pulling back into your heart. Keep pulling back into calm, into your breath. Connect with your breath. Deep breaths. You can shift your energy or something not going well within seconds, 10 seconds, half a minute, okay? If you're with kids, go to the toilet for escape. You know what I mean? Or at work, the same thing. So, I used to meditate at airports or in taxis. You can adapt your life, where it fits, how it fits for you. So, but just when it's so intense, just do everything you can to bring as much harmony and balance in, because we are here to be the balance, be the 0-point field, which is the polarities balanced out, okay? There's no more friction between the two, all right? So try to bring this everywhere into your life as much as you can by resolving any remaining conflict within yourself or that comes up in your reality, okay? And try and see a higher viewpoint. See what is everything really saying to you. I mean, I literally don't really know what's going on in the world, and I'm better for it, because ultimately it's all illusion. I keep getting that message very, very big. It doesn't matter what level. So even if you think part of it is disclosure, a Joe Rogan or whatever, they're still talking as if the virus is real. From everything that I see, it's not really real. It's more a psychosomatic problem. So anyway, and I haven't watched the Joe Rogan show. Nothing against him. Everybody is, I'm not saying this from an informed perspective as this. I'm just giving this as an example, as in, don't get caught up in all these different stories and whether it's Q or Trump or whatever. It's within you. You are the one. The answers are inside of you. We are here to unlock our wisdom, keys and codes. And it's not out there by what someone else is writing. I'm ultimately really here to remind you of your own connection and that you have the answers within. That's what I'm really here for. And, assisting with some healing or some additional insights, of course. But you get me. So the power is within you, and that's exactly what this is about, being absolutely sovereign. You are the biggest authority in your own life, never mind what anyone else is saying. I think somebody wrote me today, and please don't send me messages if you can. I can't get back. I really want to get back to some people, and I still can't. I really just cannot right now. We're doing Ascension. I'm sorry. I'm like, and between self-care, I can when I can, and I can't when I can't. But, you know, please, like, you know, it's nothing to do with the people. So just know that I appreciate your messages and I want to reply, but I'm looking forward to telepathic net full-on communication. That sorts out the double step. You know, you're going to think it and then do it. And as I said, AI is a little bit difficult right now. So just be at peace, you know, connect with organic life, connect with the people around you, connect with love. Ultimately, love is the winning ingredient here. It's the fifth element. It's the love that, you know, heals everything. And that love is not the, you know, it has discernment, it has boundaries, it can read energy. It's like the term I came across, it's a super empath. Okay, from the people have, you know, it's very sensitive. It was always sometimes like a detriment almost, you know, like a weakness because we're too sensitive for this world. But ultimately, once you can really turn this into a strength, work through all your bullshit, you become a super empath. You can read people, read situations, you have psychic super abilities, you know. I mean, it's really a superpower, and that's where we're at now. Okay, where we can read through the bullshit, we don't fall for the gaslighting anymore, no more old tricks, no more old storylines, no more looping, and we are done when we are done. So everybody has their own tests and graduation that they still need to pass. Everybody has their own timeline, but we also have a collective one. So worry about yourself first, keep pulling everything back within, go very slow right now with everything speeding up, speeding up, speeding up into one now moment. Okay, and let's see what happens. But from what I saw and was shown on Christmas Eve, it literally made me like, it's like beyond mind-blowing. That's what I'm getting. Like, this is not just slow, easy, bit by bit. No, there's something really massive, mind-blowing, bigger than we can imagine coming on. And the next few days are going to be super powerful and super amplified. So let's enjoy the ride. And after all this clearing, I think this will be very, very expansive now. Hopefully, because this KP0 was not fun. You know, all this like nervous energy. Oh my goodness. So I'm so happy. Again, thank you so much for your support, everybody. We're supporting each other here. Everybody does their little bit. And we are all spiritual warriors, as in, you know, brave hearts. It's not really about fighting, as we know. But it's certainly standing up for ourselves and standing in our truth. That confidence or frequency is what it's all about, because you don't need to fight anything. Because again, it's that energetic thing, isn't it? It's just like when we want something too much, the same as when you fight something, you feed it. You know, and whatever we resist persists. These are all energetic laws, like rules that apply to everything. So we just see it for what it is. Like, I went today for the first time in over 2 years for a haircut. Hallelujah. Finally, a hairdresser let me in without a mask. Okay, I was not relenting for that nonsense. So finally, that must be a good sign. But I could see the eyes, you know, tense energy anyway, and it was like, no, just hold your field, just hold, you know, the integrity. And I have not had any people shouting at me or giving me dirty looks or talking to me, because also you see there's a shift in the field. So when we don't fight the non-mask wearers anymore, they don't fight us back either. All right, so remember, it's not about fighting anything, and disclosure is not about so much disclosing the bad guys. Of course, this is also part of it, but ultimately it's that we are co-creating our reality in every now moment together as one, and we haven't done so well. We all can do better. And it's about, this is what you didn't do so well, this is what I didn't do so well, let's try to do better. This is not about blame and shame, but this is about, we need to own up and we need to take accountability and responsibility, each one for our parts played, because we also allowed a lot of crap to happen, didn't we? So, you know, we all have been victims and victimizers and all of these things and playing these roles throughout our lives and, you know, different times. So let's transcend that nonsense and just own up to what needs to be done better. Be that change, and that's how we change the world. Easy as that? Well, simple as that. Not as easy, obviously, because we know how hard it is to change ourselves. And the biggest part is at the end, you also need to just embrace it. You know, sometimes just don't fight when you do something wrong or, you know, you let yourself down. Embrace it. Just try again. But just don't, you know, put the stick down. Doesn't work. But you do need to look at the shit, all of it. Okay, be self-responsible. That's the only way. When you know yourself, know thyself, nobody can fuck with you anymore. Okay? Because that's when the gaslighting stops. That's when the entities won't come near you anymore, because they can't, because you feel this bulletproof. But that only happens through you not giving your power away anymore to anyone and anything outside of you, knowing your sovereignty, owning your power, use your gifts and abilities, know your worth, know the worth of the gifts and abilities, because that's the spiritual value now, that's Ascension, okay? Also the gene key at the moment, interestingly enough, is Ascension. The shadow is greed, gift is aspiration, I think, and the city is Ascension. And basically, it's about also moving away from the materialistic importance of things to the spiritual importance of things. And our gifts and abilities that so far have not earned us much money, maybe in many cases, are now going to be all that's important. They create new worlds. I'm getting tingles all over, okay? Because that's what's coming in now. When I see what's coming in, multicolored rainbow colors, I mean, loads of different rays, and, you know, but ultimately it's all about the new colors and the new sound tones, because that's what's been off here, the new corrected ones that also represent the organic realities. And again, it's also connected with our DNA, but, you know, the DNA has sound and color tones, so it's all interconnected, and that is the film structure, our realities, which we project out of through our lens, prism, diamond, crystals, into the reality, a whole new organic hologram, okay? Without the interference, without the fuckery, and yes, I said it a few times, but it's, you know, out with it now. So, and we also need to have fun with it, because they want us in fear, they want us frustrated, they want us, you know, all these negative emotions. Make fun of it, see the bigger joke, be in your avatar self, know you're in the video game, okay? When something comes up, just be an Ascension ninja, and just go, ooh, ooh, ooh. I know this, you know, we've been through this many times, so you know the drill. Don't fall for the old tricks and the gaslighting. Stand in your integrity, speak your truth, and have fun, basically. And merge with your future self and merge with future Earth right now. Because it's really, well, it's not even future, it's parallel. It's now available. And it's also, and it's all connected to the DNA Lightbody activations, which also activates that within the field. And obviously the crystalline grid, which is also the crystals within us. And I've spoken about this before. Because it's the same with the crystals in our brain and the amygdala, and whenever we work with the crystalline grid, we also work with the planetary brain, and that's really what's been coming online this week through the new organic telepathic neural network to come online, okay, the new operating system, operating in God consciousness, overwriting the old mind-controlled artificial hive mind. So that's all dissolving, and the news coming online, but we are the senders, so we are the ones sending out the new programming. We are the emanation of Ascension, and us owning our worth and our gifts and abilities is what triggers the Ascension, the city, okay, through us basically expressing our gifts and abilities as much as we can in whichever form. We don't need to make a job out of it, you know, as it can be with our kids, it can be with, you know, the people close to us, or as a hobby, whichever way. But merge with that. And it's not, don't think about it in 1 week, next week, just do it now. Now is all there is, as in, you know, tomorrow morning maybe get those colors for that painting or whatever it is, okay? Don't wait. Now you want to quantum merge with the future reality that is within you, held within your DNA, coming powerfully online with all of these, you know, Schumann frequencies from the Earth and solar, geomagnetic storms and cosmic rays. It's all ready. Like, the forerunners are now going to activate their light body macabres, travel through this ascension portal, and we're taking as many people with us as we can. And the bad boys are not going to be in the new reality. All right? So this is all, and you need to think quantum, because that's the thing. It's quantum. Don't think in linear time, okay? You're jumping to another timeline, which is basically in the future, where we should have been already, because we've been kind of hijacked. So, hijack is over. The final purification moment is here. That's why I'm also bringing in with the activation. But again, these are collective. We're bringing them in on behalf of all. This is happening anyway. We're just here to amplify and, you know, ride these waves and make the most out of it. And really, you know, again, create these huge quantum leaps in consciousness. And we also do this ourselves. So, for example, if you, you know, decide to quit your job and do what you love, you know, that's, you, whenever you transcend a huge fear, you quantum leap. You activate your DNA within yourself, okay? Whatever that may be, we all have different fears, all right? It doesn't have to be something big. It could be like heights or whatever. And you will see when you actually clear out all these programs, these false programming, fear-based programming, you will also see maybe some big fears have now dissipated. Because the fear is ultimately what keeps you in these lower realities. So try and transcend it in your own frequency and time, okay? In alignment, don't force yourself to anything either that you don't feel comfortable with. But ultimately, just keep jumping now, okay? As much as you're being guided to. Tune in with your guidance. Your inner navigation system is everything. Your heart has quantum access. It knows things beyond what your linear mind can analyze. If in doubt between your mind and what your heart is telling you, go with the heart, it knows more. But this is now unifying, one unified higher heart mind coming online, okay? And that disclosure is within us. It's the crystalline network coming online. Sorry, I'm just trying to hear, my hair's all over the shop and I see everything is mirrored, isn't it? It's so funny. So, everything is coming online with the crystal network activations as well. And I posted some before. I have a crystal network activation, which is reprogram your mind and connect to source, which is on my SoundCloud, which I also posted earlier. And then another one I posted today, which was from the last group call, from my Ascension Express group call, which was a platinum crystal activation. So this is also good for this activation or whenever you would want to maybe try that out. It's also very powerful because the platinum crystal, first of all, the platinum ray, and also with the white ascension ray, it really is now purifying what I see over the next few days. All remaining distortions, reversals, everything. It's just a total purification, liquid-like cleanse. And this is going to get us to the final purification event, which I'm seeing. So the platinum ray also balances the polarities and it clears out the artificial machinery, but especially the balance of the polarities and anchoring the 0-point field powerfully in the grid, which is the new unity grid consciousness current. It's the trinity, it's a tri-wave. So I think that's enough for today. I cannot go short as it seems, so keep looking after yourself, be good to one another, have a lot of compassion. We help heal other people just by holding the neutrality. Doesn't mean we take shit, okay? This is all about balance, and each moment takes something different, all right? It's not about not helping other people, but it's like not overgiving either and trying to fix things for other people. We need to stop these things. So bring as much balance into your polarities as you can. Okay, wherever you're really out of whack, you know, out of balance, bring more balance in. So if you're overgiver, look after number one, and yes, you are number one. Own that. See your worth. You are worthy. You are worth it. So treat yourself as you want to be treated. Makes sense, doesn't it? So this is it. Let's dissolve these last veils and holographic overlays and realities as one. The time has come. All from within. Be the love, be the change, be the light. I'm going to do a very quick energy cleanse. Maybe that helps. Fun is one, yes. And yeah, I hope the explanations were coherent. Sometimes I jump sentences and I don't finish. And some garbled stuff. I do try to be slower and more clear. It's not one of my strengths. But especially when the energies are so high, I mean, I don't even know why I'm online, but obviously my higher self wanted me to. So I hope this helps. Just very quickly, just try and connect to your heart. And do this often. And what I've been seeing over the last few days, like my heart is just one big, wide, 360 degrees, like vortex. Just. This is your Stargate portal, okay? This is your access to Source, to the higher dimensions, seat of your soul, your higher heart, the permanent seed atom. And just see this beautiful heart center as a crystalline white rose, or however it comes to your mind. See it opening up, coming brighter and brighter, and lighter and lighter. And just see this connecting to all the different hearts, crystalline hearts all across the planet, through the human heart grid, like a beautiful network of crystalline light. Also connecting with the core of the earth, the crystalline heart of earth, right in the center. And just feel into this connection and the love. And from your heart, you can also see a beautiful column of platinum white light, crystalline white, platinum light, all around your energy field, connecting you to the core, and all the way up through the sun, central sun, great central sun, and the galactic center. And from dort all the way through Andromeda, 7 higher heavens, multiverse, pre-matter fields, and God source consciousness. Connect with that for a moment. Connect with the great I Am. Now draw this energy from source all the way down, all around your energy field. All the way through the core of the earth and out through into deep space. It's a beautiful column of light connecting you all the way up and down. Esunaina sara shukuya ina tara sakara sakarata. Eunana sara ki Euna kera sakarata koshonata. Seonatea keatea nana. Uya. Iye. Esunatara yakara shata. Connect with this field often. Keep connecting to source, the crystalline core, the crystalline heart grid. The new neural network. We can also see the neural pathways of light responsible for our awakening, lighting up throughout the planetary brain, the planetary network, our own brains. Unifying our heart and mind as one. Usura shaya nakarayana seya keyatara sukunata. Lighting up the crystalline network throughout the planet and within us. The new grid system. Eanakera seke nakaratu inayanata ranasanatea seke anata. Tu sheanayeya. Na. Eanakea seke ata. Tu eanata. Merge, unify with your soul, oversoul, avatar Rishi in one pure true God source consciousness, unifying our multidimensional self in purity, harmony, fully unified and healed, merged as one. Esunakera sakara 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 sakara. Suyana. Now I hope that helps. Cool. I really hope, I think I could feel maybe also that the field just needed a little bit of calming down. There's always, you know, a lot of reason, obviously, to what everything I transmit is a transmission and an activation in some way or form. So I'm happy that it was clear, and I hope it helped in one way or another. Drink loads of water in general, just take it really easy, just enjoy. Tune into that frequency, it's done. Living your best life, being your best self, and when something not so great happens is, okay, I accept that. You know, don't fight it. Just keep transcending, keep transmuting, keep alchemizing. You know what to do. Each situation is different, and bring all of your multidimensional self in. Be your true self, be that frequency, and this is what is changing all now. Okay? And keep lighting it up in all kinds, ways, shapes, and forms. Loads and loads of love. And thank you so much for being here, and keep, you know, the faith and the hope and the perseverance, and we've made it, okay? I see you at the after party. Seriously, this is it. We're done. Bye. Love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.